Is Daniel Bryan versus Kane in 2014 the worst feud ever? Now, a lot of people have been discussing lately this current storyline between Daniel Bryan and Kane that has been really, really horrible. I'm not in the minority here. I actually agree with this. This has been a really, really bad feud. And I know there's people out there who maybe think it's good. You know, that's fine. That's your opinion. But I believe it is one of the worst feuds in the WWE ever. Look, there's been probably worse feuds in WCW. So I'll just say in WWE, this is definitely one of the worst feuds in recent memory. The last couple of feuds that I remember that were this bad, of course, you could say, oh, the El Torito and Hornswoggle. It's pretty bad. To me, though, it's not really that big of a deal. It's not really that important. Even the match they had was on. The match was actually pretty good. The WLC match was actually not too bad. It was entertaining. In some of the table bumps, stuff like that, were more violent than a lot of the stuff. Besides the fire table spot in the Extreme Rules main event between Bryan and Kane, which is probably the only good bright spot to a degree in this feud, has been the table spot. But then, of course, the fire table spot was ruined. Which, look, they had to do it for his own safety, but it was kind of ruined by the fire extinguisher being used on Kane right after he went through the table, which made it seem very staged and just very staged. But they had to do it, just for his own safety, which is fine in the end. But in other crappy feuds over the years, Hornswoggle versus Chavo Guerrero, which was, El Torito against Hornswoggle is, that feud is like Chris Jericho versus Shawn Michaels in 2008 compared to Hornswoggle and Chavo Guerrero. That was one of the worst feuds ever. That was definitely worse than Bryan and Kane. Definitely worse. That was horrible. And that was during that whole horrible guest hosting era. And basically what would happen is every single week, for some reason, the guest host would be angry at Chavo Guerrero when he would make a match between Hornswoggle and Chavo Guerrero. That was horrible. That was just bottom of the barrel, just crap. That was true wrestle crap right there. Other horrible feuds. Kane versus Edge in, I believe it was 2010. It was over. The whole feud was basically just all about Paul Bearer. It was all about, for some reason, it was just all about Edge, like kidnapping Paul Bearer, pushing Paul Bearer, the late Paul Bearer around in a wheelchair. It was really, really bad. That was painfully bad. There's even a point where they had Kane, for some reason, accidentally, Edge pushed Paul Bearer off like a ledge or something backstage, off like a scaffolding or something, and he fell to the ground. You're supposed to believe that he was dead or something. It was just, that was worse than Kane and Daniel Bryan. But this is definitely up there. This is one of the worst feuds ever. This Kane and Daniel Bryan feud. It could have been good. They had the history of Team Hell No, but you just look at the history of Kane. Kane has had a lot of really, really horrible feuds. Just really, really bad, hokey stuff. And that's what this is. Now, before I started recording this, I did read a report stating that they're going to be changing what they're doing. Now, they already had the match with Kane and Daniel Bryan on Extreme Rules, but as of recording this, I just read this report that they may be changing the plans for Payback, which, from the looks of it, last week on Raw, it was going to be Kane and Daniel Bryan at Payback again, because they had the worst moment so far in this feud last week with the whole, the car, Kane going onto the him grabbing onto the top of the roof of the car and falling off, which is just ridiculous. They actually put him in that kind of harm's way. They could actually get injured doing that. It's ridiculous. And just horrible acting on everybody involved, making Daniel Bryan look like a fucking, making him look weak. Just, it was so bad. It was so bad, and it was just one of the, definitely, I would have to say it was definitely it was the worst, possibly the worst moment of WWE this year. Just that whole segment, backstage segment where Daniel Bryan is in the car with Brie Bella. She's screaming and Kane's coming after them, and then he just runs away. He just drives away with Brie Bella. Okay, their idea is that he's trying to protect Brie Bella. That's what the writers would tell you. But it just comes off, Daniel Bryan just comes off weak. He comes off like he's scared of Kane, even though he already beat him. I understand I understand though that Kane went through the table and he got up, the flaming table. He got up and scared Daniel Bryan. He's scared. He's a scared. It's so terrible. He's scared. He is scared of Kane. I remember actually Kane. This whole feud is actually similar to. I remember Kane actually beat Rey Mysterio in a non-title match. I think actually maybe he didn't beat him, but I remember he wrestled. He beat the crap out of Rey Mysterio on an episode of SmackDown. The episode of SmackDown where it was the night that it was the debut, May 19th. It was on May 19th, 2006, where Kane wrestled Rey Mysterio. And Rey Mysterio said May 19th. He said the words, May 19th, and it angered Kane, so they had a match. And I don't remember if Kane beat him or not, but he just made him look like a geek. Kane made Rey Mysterio look so weak, and that was one of the worst title reigns ever. The Rey Mysterio 2006 world title reign. That definitely was way worse than Bryan's reign has been so far. But I don't know. So far, it hasn't been a complete disaster, the Daniel Bryan title reign. But look, he's not going to be the top guy in the company. It's always going to be John Cena as long as he's there. Look, if and look, the next guy in line behind Cena really is Roman Reigns. Look, nobody knows how Roman Reigns is going to fare as a singles. Most of the singles matches so far haven't really been all that anything special. They haven't been terrible, but they haven't been anything to write home about. I don't know. I just read a report recently, actually, on the internet stating that Roman Reigns is not going to be going singles anytime soon, and Shield's going to stay together for the foreseeable future, which, in my opinion, is for the best. I don't think he's ready yet. I think they need to wait, need to hold it off. I don't think the guy's even in his 30s yet, so there's no hurry right now. So they need to hold off Roman Reigns breaking away from the Shield. But yeah, this feud between Daniel Bryan and Kane has been terrible. What is your opinion on it? I want to know, is this the worst feud ever? Is there another feud that was much worse? And I'm sure there was a lot of really bad feuds, like during the Attitude Era, like really bad feuds. Goofy, bad, crappy feuds during that era. And let's keep it WWE centric. Let's focus only on WWE feuds, because there's definitely been many worse feuds in like TNA and WCW. What is your opinion? What is a much worse feud than Daniel Bryan and Kane?